Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna go and talk about Yennefer of Vengerberg. Hopefully that's how you say it. All right. Now, if you have not watched The Witcher already and you've been living under a rock, make sure that you turn this off if you are not wanting spoilers. Okay? Now, or if you are currently growing, because then you're not old enough to watch The Witcher right now. Anywho, if you are somebody who wants to be a part of this conversation and watched The Witcher already, or are just interested and don't care about spoilers, welcome. And we are going to have a great time. So let's get started. Welcome back, guys, to my channel. Today, we are going to talk about Yennefer of Vengerberg. I have literally already recorded this, and unfortunately, my GoXLR had an effects on it. So, I was echoing. Yay! Hopefully, the second time around, it will be a lot better, a little bit more ease, but we will definitely see. I may actually use some of the clips in there, because some things were pretty funny, but it might sound echoey, so I'm sorry. Anywho, so today we are doing the psychology of fandom, and this is how we emotionally connect to fictional characters. This first series is going to be off of The Witcher.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh friend of humanity.
And each episode is going to be a character from The Witcher. We're going to talk about their backstory. So again, spoilers. We are then going to talk about which archetype I choose for them within the hero's journey. And with that, how my first impressions are towards them. With that, have they changed throughout the season or series, whatever it may be, what archetype they might be progressing into, or if they're staying the same. All right, so let's get to this. So Yennefer is a powerful sorceress from Vengerberg, capital of Aedirn. I really hope I'm saying those correctly. She was the royal advisor of King Demavend. I have to say, really quick, side swipe. I literally love when authors create a universe so intricate with the characters, the names of the places, the creatures. So keep it up. You guys are amazing. All right, back to it. So she was born during Beltane in 1173. Where my witch is at. So Beltane, oddly enough, was recent. It is also known as May Day. It is literally on May Eve. What is May Eve? Oh, April 30th. Now, it is a fertility festival, and it is a great time to end or begin a relationship, which you will notice is very ironic with Yennefer. Unfortunately, Yennefer was outcast by her father literally from birth. She was deformed. She has a hunchback and like a messed up crazy face. Not to be mean. Her mother actually believed that it was from the gods and that it was a blessing. Her father knew that it was her side of the family, or blamed the mother that it was her side of the family having elven and magical blood. I don't remember. Her father's distaste with her increased. Okay, well that was weird.
Please hold for a very important message.
Her father's distaste for her increased, and he decided to leave the family for another woman. Pretty sure it wasn't Yennefer's fault. but the mother decided that she was going to blame Yennefer for his departure. This storyline is not included within the TV series, just so you guys know. So, this is how the TV series went down. Brings us to the 4 marks. We first meet Yennefer within the 2nd episode, also known as the 4 marks. We'll know why here in a moment. There are 2 children walking in the village, and they're kind of flirting. The guy's kind of a douche. But anywho, he pushes the female up against the barn and hands her a daisy. She gets all pissy because she's righteous. I have no idea. She throws his daisy on the ground and says,
"Why didn't I get a rose?"
Okay, sorry, I am back. Where were we? 4 marks. All right. So, kid pushes girl up against barn, gives her daisy. She hates daisy. And now she goes and turns after he starts to kiss her and goes,
"Where'd my daisies go?"
which she kind of turns into the barn to see Yennefer there holding her daisies, which then the kids start to torment her. They are fucking dicks. They are holding her down on the ground, calling her a bunch of names. She gets super upset and teleports to a magical land where we meet Istrid. Istrid gets confused and nervous and says,
"Oh my god, you have to hurry up. Get out of here because she is going to capture you."
she goes, "Who's she?" And he gets her into the portal, and she is safely home for the time being. We then meet her where her father is taking care of the pigs. She's kind of taking care of the pigs. She falls over, food gets all over her, and then her father makes fun of her. Tells her that she's worse than the pigs, yada, yada, yada. And a woman approaches in a carriage. She asks how much for a pig. The guy says, "I'm not selling." She asks how much the girl is. He goes, 10 marks, I believe. Maybe 6. I think the pig was 10. He says 6. The woman says 4 marks. Hence the title of the episode. She gets all upset. Her mom is screaming for her.
"No, you can't do that."
And next thing you know, she shows up at the magical school. This is Tissia who has taken her. And she is going to teach her how to be a magical sorceress. It is not Harry Potter, though. It is not fun. Tissia takes her to the magical school. And again, she actually tries to commit suicide. It's failed. So now she has to start to learn magic. Because that's why she is there. But this is where her obsession for power and underlining need for love and belonging takes over. This brings me to what archetype is Yennefer in the beginning. I have chosen for Yennefer the Orphan Archetype. This is because even though she is treated poorly from her family and others, she is still trying to get their love and affection. And she'll do it from anybody. She may have learned independence and interdependence at a young age, but we will find that out if she really can rally after a setback and have natural resilience. But as of right now, she's kind of annoying. She gets a little bit negative and cynical while she's at the school because she just can't do any of the magic stuff. She gets more and more irritated with herself. She just keeps saying over and over that she just wishes she would be able to do something. And this just really started to wear on me, and I got really upset with her and her annoying attitude. She also blames her deformity for her problems and that the world is against her, which they kind of are. But right now, I think Tissia is using it to push her into being a better sorceress. That might be a spoiler. Which I already warned you on it, so it doesn't matter. Since she wants to fit in and be accepted so badly and belong to a group, a family, a tribe of some sort, she loses herself. She endures abuse rather than being alone. And of course, these relationships she is settling, they're superficial. And establishing mature relationships as an orphan rarely happens. They might appear needy and clingy in their desperation to make sure other people won't leave them, which she kind of gets a little clingy with Istrid. So my first impression for Yennefer was remorse. I felt really bad that her father gave her up for only 4 marks, but not only that, he gave her up. That kind of sucks. She then tried to kill herself, which I also felt bad for, because I was like, man, she really hates herself that she's just going to take her own life. Then Tissia was kind of rude, but at the same time, she was teaching her how to stop being kind of a whiny bitch. And she kept whining, she kept getting irritated, she kept going to Istrid, telling him how she wasn't able to do anything, which was really frustrating. She was naive and only searching for beauty. And multiple times, many characters have said, even Tissia, your weakness is, you know, like wanting beauty, but even if you had beauty, no one would ever love you. So she just wants to be loved, which, I mean, I do kind of feel bad, but she's going about it in a wrong way. So Tissia was trying to show Yennefer deeper meanings of magic all along, which I didn't know up until the end. I started to despise Yennefer. I disliked her attitude, the way she held herself, her whining and trying to fit in with the other witches, especially with the warlock she tried to, sleep with, or she did sleep with, Istrid. Oops, spoiler. So Steve was telling me that he absolutely loved Yennefer. I had no idea why. He said that in the video games, she is a badass.
Power.
Every episode, I kept turning to him and telling him, I do not like this girl. I don't know why you like her. He's like, just watch. All right. She finally sees the true treachery of all of the witches, and they were actually going up against her. So this part I did feel a little bit bad. As you go through the school, if you make it as a sorcerer or sorceress, you get to be placed into a town or kingdom or whatever to be their royal advisor. She was promised a specific area, and by the time that came up to where everybody's going to go, she was not put in the place where she wanted to. Tissia said that it was most likely because of her deformity, so she freaks out. Rightfully so. I did feel bad for her about that. She also was kind of backhanded by the lover that she had, Istrid, because he was in on it and told everything that she ever told him to his master, or like training warlock dude. It is at this moment she decides to say fuck it, and she searches for this guy in their like kingdom thing to help her change beautiful. So he literally is like marking her like an old time plastic surgeon, but he said, magic, all magic comes with a price. Oh wait, let me redo that.
All magic comes with a price.
Rumpelstiltskin. He says, all magic comes with a price. If you become beautiful, you will have to lose something. This something you're going to lose is bearing children. Are you cool with it? She says, yup, let's do it. And he rips out her uterus. I feel like that's a little intense. Dang, does she look freaking amazing. At this point, Yennefer has gained mad respect in my realm. All right. Not only did she hypothetically grow some balls, she endured so much physical pain, as she's already dealt with the emotional as well. Kudos, girl. All right, let's listen to how she's going to be. So following this, she is then seen as the most powerful sorceress. There are a couple times when you see how powerful she is. Problem is, she is bored. She is annoyed and just unhappy. So,
beauty doesn't buy you happiness.
Neither does money. It's funny how she's been wanting to fit in and be respected, yet now she's unhappy after receiving it. Everybody's terrified of her. She sees everyone else having children. And here is where I start to get a little annoyed with her again. Her greed starts consuming her, and all she wants to do is figure out how she can have a baby. You literally said you were okay with not having children. You can't go against that. You either turn back into a hunchback and nobody wants to be with you, you don't have children, or you're beautiful and powerful and a sorceress and get to with Geralt and not have children. I mean, I know what I would pick. Henry Cavill. Throughout the season, she started to change. There were times when I saw that there was a little incy amount of hope that she actually had a heart. So I did give her an archetype other than the orphan, and it's the magician. Now, I did not choose the magician because she is a sorceress. She literally has all of the shadow traits of this archetype. Now, hear me out. This is all the bad traits of this archetype. This is because magicians use manipulation as a shadow for their bad traits. They use manipulation of their tools, of the trade, and their audiences, which she pretty much did. She would literally go to different villages and just take them over and live in the castles. Really, how can you be so bored? They may see the known world as sick and egocentrically turn to black magic and sorcery to control others, which, as I just mentioned, she took over literally towns, villages, etc. But magicians are usually the ones that are needing the healing. She has some past traumas, my friends. Towards the end of the season, I won't spoil too much, but like I had mentioned, there are a couple of times when she started showing that she actually did care about others than just herself. She also really cared about Geralt. That's pretty hot. She did actually put herself out there for the other witches at one point when there was a huge war happening. And now as we're getting into season 2, which that won't be for a while, but that's okay. We will patiently wait. I hope that they really create her as an amazing person. She hasn't even met Ciri yet. As I know from the books and the video game, she obviously is kind of like a stepmom for Ciri because her mother has passed and her grandmother has passed, which we will get into with other characters as we're doing the psychology of fandom. So how will she continue growing or changing within the seasons? Will Geralt have anything to do with it? I can't wait to keep an eye on her and her prove me wrong that she is not as bad as she is currently, or maybe she'll get worse. Who knows? What are your thoughts? Comment below and make sure to hit that subscribe button, ding that bell so you know when an episode goes live for your viewing and listening pleasure. And what character do you think I'm going to do next? Again, we're focusing on The Witcher, so all comments below. Until next time, always remember to geek responsibly.